Why, hello, and welcome to another episode of The Complex Phoenix with your host, Phoenix Carey. The Complex Phoenix, what is it and what is it all about? Well, if you are complex like me, I grew up in a complex childhood and developed complex PTSD and a little bit of ADHD on the side. Never hurt nobody. So I really decided that even though I was born into fire, I was reborn as a mythical phoenix. So I am a complex phoenix, if that explains that. And on today's episode, I would actually like to talk about something that I saw on TikTok, of all places. Of course, I'm on TikTok. Did you not hear the ADHD part? I am also the complex PTSD. Am I here right now? I don't know. Disassociation. It's a thing. Look it up. So, I wanted to talk about something that I actually saw on TikTok, but before we get into that, I just want to put a little disclaimer out there, guys. I am not a professional in any capacity. I am just myself giving my opinions and my thoughts. Please do not take everything I say as fact. Do your own research and come to your own opinion. So if I speak on something, know that I'm not saying it from a professional standpoint. I'm simply just saying it from my own life experiences and my own opinions. So, with that out of the way, I would like to talk about what I saw on TikTok. So I was looking at TikTok and there was, can I say TikTok again? TikTok, TikTok, TikTok. Goes the clock. So I was on the app TikTok and I happened to see a video by Your Tango. Yourtango. I don't know. I don't think I follow them. So I don't know what their content is like, but that's where I saw the video. So I'm giving credit where credit is due. And it was pretty much talking about this idea of being able to discern if someone is a good person based on what they do with their shopping carts. And I'm going to tell you right now, I am in full agreement with them. At least I feel like the world should at least comprehend where they're coming from. Pretty much they were saying, are you the type of person that puts your shopping cart back? If you do, you're a good person, and if you don't, you're a bad person. And the idea is pretty much that there is no actual punishment involved in not putting your shopping cart back, unless, of course, you're, one of the unfortunate souls to run into cart knock, narc. You know who I'm talking about. First of all, if you've never seen one of their videos, go look it up. It's Cart Narc, I believe. It's gold. So pretty much people don't put their cards back and then he narcs on them. So I personally love watching the videos, even though sometimes, like, you can get like the ick like through your phone or whatever. Like you're watching a video and sometimes you're like, ooh, 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 I don't like this. I don't feel comfortable. That person is being very threatening and very rude and I don't like it. But then also a little part of you is like, yeah, give them hell. You lean into it. I don't know. Is it just me? Sometimes I have a hard time watching videos like that. But anyway, so he narcs on him. Love it. But I think the idea is that when you don't put your cart back, there's not really truly like a natural punishment. Like nobody's going to come out and fine you, or, you're not going to lose your grocery cart privileges. A lot of times you're surrounded by strangers unless you live in a small town. Nobody's going to remember you. You're just some random lady, some random person that didn't put their cart back. Most of the time, by the time people even notice, you're gone. So there's not really any like punishment involved in not putting your cart back, which was like one of the main points. Unless, of course, there's always like exceptions, like Aldi's. You don't get your quarter back, okay? And I don't know about you, but like I think that things like that are like almost like an accidental reward system, because when I put my cart back, I get my quarter back and it makes me feel really good. Like I'm like, I got my quarter back because I put my cart back. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little bit like, I'm a good girl. I promise. I'm a good girl. But no, so like when you put your cart back at Aldi's, like I get that little reward buzz and I love it. Also, sometimes you're in parking lots where this is where it just like makes me want to like throw a full can of soda at someone. Makes me want to. I wouldn't actually do it. Disclaimer. I don't know. What is that? But it makes me want to involve myself personally with their lives. When I see someone not put the cart back, when the cart rack, roll, corral thing, you know what I'm talking about, is like next to their vehicle and they just like set it to the side, I'm like, there's a special place in hell for you. Where sodas are thrown at you regularly. I don't know why sodas, leave me alone. It's what I decided. Hi, it's me from the future editing this podcast, and I just realized at this point, I want you to know you're not going crazy. That scratching noise is me accidentally rubbing my microphone against the screen over and over again. So you're not going crazy. My bad. I will make sure not to do that again in the future. Back to the podcast. Yeah, like I'm like, you need to live in the bad place. Okay? Okay. Have you seen the show The Good Place? Yeah. Yeah, that's where you need to live. The good bad place. You know what I mean. No, because it's just like, seriously, dude, it's like right there. So the idea is that, are you a good person? Are you not a bad person? So before we get too much further into this, I think based on just my very initial question, everybody can tell who's the good guy and who's the bad guy. And if you can't, you're the bad guy. So do you think that it is an accurate representation or an accurate question to ask to decide someone's good nature or bad nature? Do you, oh, I just popped you against the screen. I hope that didn't affect anything. So if you don't put your cart back, do you think that makes you a good person or a bad person? Or is there room for neutrality? And I think in everything, there's subtle nuances, there's different scenarios. I don't think anything is black and white, not in the human experience, especially when it comes to something that is not tangible and it's not A plus B or X minus Y or whatever. It's sort of opinion based, good and bad. It's really based on opinion. I think we come to the conclusion of what is good and what is bad based on a majority vote. But even within that majority, there's a lot of times disagreements based on the subtle nuances of the situation. So for me, I will tell you what I do, and then I will tell you my opinion. Again, as I'm doing that, I want you to think also, like, what do you think? What do you feel? And wherever you are currently listening to this, please don't forget to subscribe. This is obviously a new podcast. I would like to get it up and going. So if you enjoy listening to me ramble about random subjects involving just life, I don't know, trauma queen over here. But if you want to be more engaged, it would really help me out, get me rolling. I have a few things that I want to talk about as to why I'm doing this and as to why I want my channel or my podcast to take off, because I have a lot of different things in my life going on. So I want to kind of talk about that, but I'll talk about that on another episode. But for this particular episode, wherever you're watching this, please hit the follow. Please hit the subscribe. Please leave a comment. Tell me your opinions. Go off, sis, okay? There's probably like 3 of you, so good chances that your voice will be heard, at least with like 5 people. Okay, so follow, like, comment, all that stuff. Wherever you are, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I give you all the sugar kisses. Okay, so number 1. What do I do? Here's where I think I'm better than everyone ever. I say that jokingly, obviously. I don't think I'm better than everyone. At least that's what my therapist said to start saying if I want people to like me. But no, in all actuality, I don't think I'm better than everyone. But in this particular instance, I do think I am an angel, okay? I think if we have different tiers, if we go angel, good, neutral, bad, devil, I think I'm an angel, okay? I am the angel of shopping carts. Let me explain. So, when it comes to shopping carts, obviously, if I go into the store, I grab a shopping cart, I put it back, period. I put it back, sis, period. Wherever it is supposed to go. I never, well, never say never because I think I've done it once, but I never leave it on the curb or in the parking lot or anything. It either goes in the corral or it goes at the front of the store where I got the shopping cart, or at bare minimum, if I'm in some sort of like, let's be honest, Home Depot situation, it's going nearest to the store as possible. Because I don't know about you guys, but the whole Home Depot entrance exit thing, it's really annoying. So, but either way, I always try to put my cart back where it belongs. That being said, okay, sorry about that. I actually got a phone call from my daughter, so hopefully she's okay. But yeah, so that being said, I actually try to make it a habit. Obviously, I don't do it every time, but I actually try to make it a habit. If I park and I see a cart, I also have a really small car, so I will just make note of this. By the way, I drive a really small car. Okay, we're talking about a little teeny hatchback. Think Honda Fit. So I drive a little teeny car, so I can park my car if there's a cart in the parking spot, and then I will walk the cart back to the store, even if I don't need a cart, like if I'm just running in for like one item. Because in my mind, I'm kind of like, you know how servers, if you've ever served, they say full hands in, full hands out. Because pretty much the idea is that instead of overworking yourself and grabbing their food, bringing it to the table, talking to them, going into the kitchen, grabbing some ketchup, coming back, talking to them, going into the kitchen, getting them refills, coming back, talking to them. And then at the very end, grabbing all these freaking dishes off of their table, especially when you're bussing your own table, is the absolute worst. When you're bussing your own tables, at the end having to carry all these dishes and possibly having to do multiple trips. They tell you full hands in, full hands out. So at any given moment, if you are a server, you are expected to have something in your hand. And that's why a lot of times when you go to flag down your server and their hands are full, you're like, I want to place my order. And they're like, oh, give me a second. I just got to drop this off in the kitchen. Let them drop it off in the kitchen, because I guarantee you when they come back out, they're going to have something in their hands. And don't you dare get mad at them when they drop it off at a different table. Okay, get over it. It's a part of being a server. I'm going off on a tangent. I don't care. Servers are angels. Okay? Angels. So, tip your local server. So with that being said, I try to make sure that I'm grabbing a cart when I'm going into the store, because I feel like it's really easy. And if more people did it, it would help out the people who worked at the store a lot more. Also, it would keep people from getting their cars dinged. There's nothing worse than walking out and seeing your car has been dinged and like not being witness to it because you don't know what happened. And I've actually had a shopping cart ram. When I say ram, I mean ram my car. Okay? It was windy, it was wintry, and it was bullshit. Okay, and there was a cart and it rammed my car and I got mad. Maybe that's why I put my carts back now that I think about it. It has nothing to do with me being a good person. It's just me trying to fix something that happened in my past that I have no control over. Sounds so familiar. So anyway, I tend to put the carts back. And actually, I will say at Home Depot in particular, that is the main place I do it. Because I don't know what it is about you hooligans when you go to Home Depot, okay? I don't know what it is about you guys. I don't even think it's like the average Joe, okay? I think it's like the contractors who are like, I'm too busy. I have to go build a house. And it's like, yeah, don't we all, okay? We all have lunch breaks, okay? We're all out here cutting wood. Sorry. I don't know why that made me laugh because I've never cut wood a day in my life. But look, listen, sir, I'm going to Home Depot, okay, to look at the lighting and pretend like I own a house when we all know that I don't, and pretend like I could replace the chandelier in my house and then put it back because I'm a renter when I'm done. We all know I'm not doing that, but I need to pretend. It keeps me alive. It motivates me, okay? I wake up in the morning thinking about the things that I know I'm not going to do, but I like to pretend that I'm going to do, okay? You might take some dopamine pills. I go to Home Depot and look at the lighting. We all have our own thing, okay? So I go to the Home Depot, I look at the lighting, realize I don't need it, and also realize I'm moving for the 15th time ever. And so I have to go get some freaking moving boxes, and it does not help me to see those big trolley things next to my vehicle, or not even near my vehicle, on the other side. That's even worse. Because if it builds up momentum and comes for my car, I'm coming for you and your soul and your house that you're building by cutting the wood. I'm sorry. So unprofessional. Such a professional podcast. The Complex Phoenix, brought to you by Phoenix Carey, a professional since 19. Shut the F up. Internet does not need to know that. So anyway, I I got off on a tangent. ADHD. I really need to be medicated. That's a whole nother podcast episode that I will be talking about soon. Trust and believe. So if you believe, what was it saying? I have no idea. Something about medicine and putting cards back. So yes, I'm an angel. And I'm better than all of you because I'm making my own self laugh. I feel like such a dweeb. I put my cart back, or I put back carts if I'm going into the store. And then if I use a cart, I put a cart back. I also, I go a step further because, Sis has control issues. So I like to go into the corrals and organize the carts according to like their size, because sometimes people just throw them in there all willy-nilly and it makes me want to So I gotta like organize them according to their size, depending on how disorganized they are and depending on, whatever. And then I also like to push all the carts towards the back. So that the next person that puts their cart in isn't just slamming it into the edge and then we all have to like do a Kirby around it. You know what I mean? Like when that one cart is sticking out for no fudging reason and you have to curve around it. Yeah, I don't like that. So I kind of just give it a little nudge. And I think in general, my life, as far as doing stuff like that, my mindset behind it is, if I can take 5 seconds out of my time to help 10 people, 10 potential people, it is 5 seconds worth of my time. Because if I push that cart in, 10 people aren't going to have to swerve around it. If I take that cart out of the parking lot and I return it back to the store, that's 10 people that aren't going to have to avoid parking in that spot because their cars are too big and they don't drive clown cars like I do. So that's my theory behind that. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? Am I an angel? Am I a secret devil? Maybe a bit of both. That's just what I do. And I'm kind of curious. What are you guys like? Honestly, I don't know how the tweeters work anymore. I think it's a porno site now. I don't know. I wish I did so I could do a poll. And also, I don't know if I have enough followers to do a poll. I don't know how any of that works. I'm really old. I'm a millennial, but I'm an elder millennial. So I will have to figure all that out. But eventually, maybe I could do polls and stuff to see how many of you guys put your cart back and how many of you guys don't. And do you think that there are nuanced situations in which it is okay to not put your cart back and still be a good person? I will give one example and then I will move on because I'm taking a long time on this subject. If you recently injured yourself, so you do not have like a handicap placard or whatever, or even if you do, to be completely honest, and you take a shopping cart and you happen to be at one of those stores where you're not able to park near a corral for whatever reason, and it is extremely painful for you to return the cart back to that spot, and you put it on the curb in the most out of the way possible. I don't know. That wasn't English. That didn't make sense. And you put it in words and things. You put it somewhere where it hopefully does not affect people. Then I think you're still a good person. I think there are nuances. I think there are situations, and I think intent matters. Now, if you're someone who's just like, screw that, why should I take my time to do that? I hate you. Yeah, I stand by what I just said. Unless you can give me a nuanced situation in which you're not a bad person, I don't know. But I don't want to spend this podcast judging people, because I think it's really easy to fall into a situation where you're like comfortable judging people, and being like, you're a bad person. But it's like, I don't feel like as an individual, I really should be able to hold that power. So I try not to judge people. That being said, I said what I said. Okay, so the last piece that I wanted to kind of get into after I kind of told you guys my opinion was, again, actually I forgot. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't write any notes. I forgot. Was it bad or good? I don't remember. I don't know. I just said a lot of words. So anyway, I'm going to wrap up this podcast and hopefully can gain control of myself. I don't know what to say at this point. But yeah, I want to know your opinion. So again, don't forget to follow, subscribe, like, comment, share. And if you're interested in seeing the original video, I will try and link it wherever I share this. I don't know, but it was your tango. So on TikTok, carts, yeah. I don't know, do you guys watch that guy with the rake? I don't know why, but thinking about the cart narc, why do I want to say cart narc makes me think about the guy who like rakes the leaves in the rain. They're doing God's work. God bless them both. All right. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. And if not, screw them. No, I didn't say screw. I cursed. I don't want to curse. I think I need to bleep it. I think I'm going to be a bleeper. Are you guys okay if I bleep? Can I bleep? I don't know if I want to bleep. I still have a 9 to 5, so I might have to bleep for a little while. Okay, so if you will just forgive me, I promise you, when I do not have a 9 to 5, there will be no bleeping. But until then, I hope you have a wonderful day wherever you are. And if not, screw them and screw that. You're amazing. You're a complex phoenix, and you are taking the world by storm. Is that how it goes? I wanted to say by its hand, but I don't know. All right, at some point I'll get my stuff together. But until then, it was lovely talking to you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.